The clock is ticking as candidates make their final case to voters on this election eve.
Senate candidate Adam Schiff and his surrogates are now in Burbank rallying his supporters. Here is a live picture from the stage. It looks like one of his supporters is speaking right now.
My name is Jennifer Gray.
Jennifer Gray. Is this Flash Dance's Jennifer Gray that we're looking at here?
You mean
Dirty Dancing? Flash Dance.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? Getting my 80s movies messed up. Sorry about that. Wasn't expecting her to come out. So this is an event that is talking to different union folks. Yesterday, Schiff held a rally with Nancy Pelosi up in the Bay Area. He hosted 7 different events in different cities throughout the weekend. This is his final event before the election day, ending the campaign where his campaign started in Burbank, which is where his congressional offices are as well. You know, he's been talking a lot in the polls about Steve Garvey, the Republican. He thinks it would be easier to run against Steve Garvey in November than fellow Democrat Katie Porter. Steve Garvey, who hasn't held any public events in days, has been doing media events, though, was on with Fox and Friends this morning, and here's some of what he said.
Well, it's working. You know, we've gone from 0 to 27 to 29%, and ahead of them, by the way, in less than 5 months. You know, these are career politicians who have failed the people. Right. It's time for change, a fresh young face with new ideas, right. But somebody that knows that he can make a difference, and I think people believe that I can.
What did you just notice?
Oh, that's at his house in Palm Desert where he's speaking there. But he was in L.A. today doing some media appearances at KFI.
Okay, well, Democratic Congresswoman Katie Porter was in a tight race for second with Garvey, but has started to fall behind in recent polls. She pushed back on Schiff's strategy today on MSNBC.
Representative Schiff has spent $10–15 million putting Steve Garvey on TV. And the problem with that is having a Democrat-Republican race. Steve Garvey is, I call it the Schiff gift to GOP turnout, to Republican turnout. We are already seeing that in this election, that having Steve Garvey on the ballot will turn out Republicans. So that's a big deal for us down ballot and in winning back the House of Representatives.
So Katie Porter says having a strong race with 2 Democrats in November will provide an opportunity to talk about issues that matter to California. There's no doubt that polls suggest a Schiff-Porter race would be much closer, much more expensive, and her argument would help Democrats down ballot. Barbara Lee, by the way, was in San Fernando at San Fernando High, her alma mater. She seems to be out of it based off of recent polls.
Yeah, she seems to be relatively irrelevant at this point. So looking ahead to November, though, if it is, in fact, the Schiff and Garvey matchup, the polls say that, of course, Schiff would handily win by 15 points at that.
But as I posted this weekend online, you know, like in baseball, as he plays baseball, that's why they play the game. And sometimes the team that has more money and bigger stars doesn't always win. Right. Steve Garvey has allowed himself a place where he has not said that much in this primary.
He hasn't spent much.
He hasn't spent much. And so he would start this sort of as a blank canvas where he could try to be a real moderate candidate. And who knows?
Still 2-1 Democrats to Republicans in this state.
It would be really tough.
Yeah. Okay.